to give them the power and the confidence to stand up and let their voice be heard.
No idea what I was doing, no connections, no money. We didn't have an office, we didn't have... We're doing this pure grit, pure energy to ideas and to principles, not the political parties or politicians. We are in a generational battle right now that the stakes could not be higher. And the experiment and the gift that our founding fathers gave to us could be easily lost if we don't make the proper choices and the right course corrections.
That's a lot of people, Utah, I'll tell you what.
After Charlie's assassination, we didn't see violence. Instead, we saw what my husband always prayed. We saw revival.
You're going to hear of what Charlie did, but I'm here today to tell you the why in what he did. The why brought him the courage. The why brought him the wisdom and the strength. The why is the one that Charlie wanted to welcome as the guest of honor. The guest of honor, his resume is long. He's the King of Glory. He's the Prince of Peace. He's the Savior of the world. He's the living God. He's the God of all mercy and grace. The total embodiment of love. The total embodiment of truth. And he's here today to call his children back to him.
I know I speak for everyone here today when I say that none of us will ever forget Charlie Kirk.
We speak with Charlie and for Charlie louder than ever. The tyrant dies and his rule is over. The martyr dies and his rule has just begun.
We should be thankful, not angry, to live in this country. Would you agree? We should be thankful. We should be kissing the ground and saying we are the luckiest human beings ever to exist, that we are able to live in this country at this time. And yet I see that half our country seems upset. They seem angry that they're born in this country. America is the greatest country ever to exist, period, bar none. Is the greatest country ever to exist, right?
250 years of brave Americans have proven those words true. Ordinary people choosing sacrifice over comfort, duty over self.
I want to honor God in all that I do. I want to be a great husband, a great father. I want to serve this country. I want to try to continue to lead this movement and to speak truth and to never lie. To stop thinking about yourself all the time and instead think about what you should do to help other people and to defend this country above yourself.
You still live in the greatest nation ever to exist in the history of the world. There is still so much to be hopeful and to be thankful for. And we have agency.
When truth is under attack, America has always answered with voices that refuse to be silenced. Charlie was one of those voices, and now it's our turn to pick up the mic.
We have only begun to fight.
A lot of this could be done without me, and I believe that. I mean, from the high school department, the college department.
To welcome as the guest of honor. The guest of honor, his resume is long. He's the King of Glory. He's the Prince of Peace. He's the Savior of the world. He's the living God. He's the God of all mercy and grace. The total embodiment of love. The total embodiment of truth. And he's here today to call his children back to him.
I know I speak for everyone here today when I say that none of us will ever forget Charlie Kirk.
We speak with Charlie and for Charlie louder than ever. The tyrant dies and his rule is over. The martyr dies and his rule has just begun.
We should be thankful, not angry, to live in this country. Would you agree? We should be thankful. We should be kissing the ground and saying we are the luckiest human beings ever to exist, that we are able to live in this country at this time. And yet I see that half our country seems upset. They seem angry that they're born in this country. America is the greatest country ever to exist, period, bar none. Is the greatest country ever to exist, right?
250 years of brave Americans have proven those words true. Ordinary people choosing sacrifice over comfort, duty over self.
I want to honor God in all that I do. I want to be a great husband, a great father. I want to serve this country. I want to try to continue to lead this movement and to speak truth and to never lie. To stop thinking about yourself all the time and instead think about what you should do to help other people and to defend this country above yourself.
You still live in the greatest nation ever to exist in the history of the world. There is still so much to be hopeful and to be thankful for. And we have agency.
When truth is under attack, America has always answered with voices that refuse to be silenced. Charlie was one of those voices, and now it's our turn to pick up the mic.
We have only begun to fight.
A lot of this could be done without me, and I believe that. I mean, from the high school department, the college department, let's make Turning Point so big that it can survive beyond just the founder. A lot of organizations and groups, as soon as a founder leaves, it just kind of collapses. A lot of my job is not always in the day-to-day details. It's very much vision casting, very much driving success. But we have a great board, and God forbid if something happens, they'll figure it out. I appoint my wife to run Turning Point USA if something happens to me. Erika would do a great job.
You are the heartbeat of this future and of this movement. Everything that Charlie built, you guys are the legacy holders of that. You are living proof that his mission did not die with him. It lives through you. And Charlie always said the next generation will decide whether freedom endures. And because of you, I know that freedom will endure.
The next speaker is a very, very special speaker, and she has had a heroic last year, and I believe she's the best mom in the world. She is my hero and the love of my life. Join me in welcoming Erika Kirk.
So again, we're going to wing it. So Amfest last year, Charlie reminded me that this was his Super Bowl. And for those of you who are sitting in the back, my husband was very intentional about making sure he was in the back because he wanted to sit in what he considered maybe the worst seat in the arena. And he made it a point to listen to the whole intro video, every speaker video, and he would tell the team, louder, more bass, more noise. He would say, there's a treble and a bass knob. Turn the ones to make it right. So even if you feel like you're in the worst seat in the house, you're not, because Charlie's sitting one of those. So you're in good company up there. But what's also very interesting is that when Charlie first and the team first came up with, since I don't have a speech, I might as well just walk around. When Charlie first came up with Amfest, he thought to himself, who would not love to celebrate America? So we're going to name it Amfest. And that's what he did. And I'll never forget, last year, we were blessed to have President Trump come and speak. And afterwards, Charlie turns to me, starts running. I'm like, where are you going? He's like, I'm about to go on Air Force One. I'm in heels trying to chase him to figure out what is going on. He goes, okay, so I got to get on Air Force One. I was like, good for you, baby. He's like, okay, so I need you to close out the Amfest, and I need you to do the staff meeting afterwards. And I was like, excuse me? He's like, yeah, you're closing out Amfest. And I was like, I am not closing out Amfest. He's like, yes, you are. And I said, what am I supposed to say? And he goes, you'll figure it out. That's why I married you. I was like, you always say that to me whenever we're in a position where we won't, like there's no script, there's nothing. He's like, baby, you'll figure it out. That's why I married you. So again, here we are. Right. So now we're opening Amfest. But what's so interesting and what I have learned so much within these past 3 months, again, the enemy. But he will never win. We know we're on the winning side. God is so good. So Charlie loved to share Amfest stats, so that's what we're going to do really quick. He would love for you guys to know that 80% of the attendees have never attended a TPUSA event before. So thank you for everyone who is new. Welcome home. Turning Point USA is your home, and we're loving that you're here. 1/3 of the attendees are students. Yeah? We love our students. 54% are female attendees. Okay. We have 40 breakout sessions, 178 sponsors, all 50 states represented. We have 25 countries represented plus Puerto Rico, but I have the list here. Don't worry, guys, Egypt is not on the list. Don't worry about that. But, oh, how funny. I say Egypt and my iPad turns on. That's fun. Where were we? Okay. So anyways, the past 3 months I have learned a lot. You learn very quickly who is ready to go to war with you. You learn very quickly who thinks emotionally versus logically when you go through something as horrible that not only myself went through, but every single one of you in here that loved my husband. You find out who stays with you, who leaves. You find out a lot. You find out who's going to pray with you when there's no words left. And you also learn some unexpected things, like the fact that Joy Reid probably needs a really, really good hug. And honestly, I'm here for it if she needs it. I got a good hug for you. Good hug for you. I'll even touch the back of your head. But I love you guys. But here's what I've learned the most in these past 3 months is that my husband, he deeply mattered on a multitude of levels, so much so that it proved even more once he was assassinated how much of a peacemaker he was and how much of a coalition builder he was. Because when he was assassinated, we saw infighting, we've seen fractures, we've seen bridges being burned that shouldn't be burnt. We saw a lot on full display. And what I knew as a wife, and I'm the same exact way as him. If you are trying to put up fight or flight mode, we're always fight mode. We don't retreat. Charlie would go wherever he needed to go, and I'm the same exact way. Same exact way. And you'll learn that. You'll learn that about me the more that you get to know me. I know I'm new here. But you'll learn. You'll learn. Him and I were not afraid of that. And that's also why the past several months, several weeks, I honored my husband by completing all of his pre-planned fall media tour hits for his book, any commitment he had. I wanted to honor that for him. I wasn't going on a media tour myself. This was for my husband. Because in our household, our word is our bond. And when you give it, you uphold it. So I honored my husband that way. And so what I'm inspired by is the fact that Charlie and I, again, will go wherever we need to go, but so will you. That's why you guys are here. All of you are here because you know that you're sitting saying, I want to do something. So that's why you came here. You came here to meet other people, to know that you're not in this fight alone. You're here for a purpose. God made you for a purpose. Students, raise your hands. Out of those students, drop your hands, put your hand up if you're in high school. Okay, all of you? I love it. I love my high schoolers. Charlie had a very special place in his heart for Club America. He's like, how could you not love Club America? All of you, again, going where you need to go. If your Club America is not set up or you want to set one up, step right into your admin's office. College students, raise your hands. Got a lot of them. So where you got to be willing to go is on your campus. That means either starting a chapter, joining a chapter, maybe even one day putting up a tent in the quad. We're not afraid. For churchgoers, hold your pastor accountable for biblical citizenship. Okay? There are so many ways to get involved. That's why Charlie built Turning Point USA the way he did. He didn't care your race, your age, your background. If Charlie listened to every single person that told him, you're too young to make a difference, you don't have enough connections, you're not going to do it, he would have let that noise consume him, and he would not have built the machine that he has built today. So don't you dare let anyone tell you you're too young, you're not smart enough, and you're not connected enough. As long as you're a part of Turning Point USA, we will empower you and give whatever you need to be able to make that come to life. Okay? Charlie wasn't just a speaker, he wasn't just a political thinker, he wasn't just a thought leader. Again, he was a bridge, he was a pathway, he was a connection point to generations. He was a pathway and connection point to communication, to inner politics. And he also looked at a generation that has been mocked, that has been dismissed, that has been discouraged, and told them, you matter, your ideas matter, your decisions matter. And he would say this country is still worth defending and still worth sacrificing for. So, like all of you, this is our turning point as well, especially as we move into 2026. And I want to share with you, off this paper, I'm not going to wing it this one because I want all of you guys to absorb the magnitude of these numbers. The number of student requests to get involved since 9/10, 140,000 plus get involved requests have been submitted since 9/10. 140,000. Total number of students involved, this is involved within Turning Point USA, 1 million plus students involved in Turning Point USA. Current chapter numbers as of December 18th, 2025, 3,082 Club America chapters, 1,432 college chapters. You don't have enough connections. You're not going to do it as of today. And we are starting 50 chapters per day at Turning Point USA. It's amazing. Something I also love right now is how we are getting some amazing state partnerships with Club America. I want to give a huge shout out to Oklahoma. Oklahoma's in the house. Florida. Okay. Indiana. Texas. Of course. And Tennessee. Another turning point for us for 2026 is the Make Heaven Crowded Tour, something I'm very excited about. For those of you who attended the memorial service, that revival is a slice of heaven that I'm going to make sure we take around this whole entire country. So we have different tour stops that are going to be coming up that I want you guys to be aware of. Feel free to take a picture whenever they put it up there. But if you're in any of these cities, we are bringing that to you. It's going to be amazing. God is so good. God is so good. I also want to note that our church partnership, since 9/10, we have over 8,000 church partnerships and counting. This one's very special to me. Charlie's love for debate will always be the DNA of Turning Point USA. We believe in debate because we believe in truth, and we believe in civil discourse because we believe that truth can withstand scrutiny. So that is why we will be launching the Pick Up the Mic initiative and getting back on campus for Prove Me Wrongs and campus tour events this spring and fall of 2026. I'm also really excited about everything that we're doing at Turning Point Action. We are locked in and mission focused for both 2026 and 2028. We're investing in states and not just in races. So what I mean by that is we are building the red wall, Arizona, Nevada, New Hampshire. That's going to be very important to us. We're going to ensure that President Trump has Congress for all 4 years. We are going to get my husband's friend, J.D. Vance, elected for 48 in the most resounding way possible. And for our hometown Arizona folks, are you guys in the house? Arizona? Go bigs or go home is where we're at right now mentally. But my husband didn't build this movement so people could feel comfortable. He built this movement so people could feel brave and to be brave with action. So people could see on full display that when you stop talking to people, especially those that you disagree with, you are the one that actually becomes weaker. Let that sink in. So you may not agree with everyone on this stage this weekend, and that's okay. Welcome to America. Charlie would have welcomed that. He believed disagreement was something not to be canceled. It was something to confront with clarity, courage, and grace. And Charlie loved truth way more than conformity. So this weekend for me personally is laced with nostalgia and it's laced with hope. But deeper than that, it's about carrying forward what Charlie built and ultimately what he gave his life for. And I've said it before and I'll say it again, the mission didn't end with Charlie's life. It's being lived out through each and every one of you in your own way. Again, it doesn't matter your age, doesn't matter your race, doesn't matter your background. Amfest is not about echo chambers. It's very important to know that because it's about sharpening one another. It's about digging deeper into ideas instead of retreating into slogans. And it's about remembering that freedom requires responsibility and truth requires courage. So my challenge to you this weekend is very simple. Don't just attend Amfest. Let it mark you. Let it stretch you. Let it challenge assumptions, strengthen convictions, and maybe even make you a little uncomfortable because that's where growth happens, in those moments. Let it be another turning point in your life. Another moment where you decide not to drift, not to disengage, not to give into cynicism, but to stand up boldly, to be brave, to speak clearly, because that is how we are going to honor Charlie. We are going to honor him not just with words, but with action. So with that, welcome to Amfest. God bless you guys.